We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports.
What's up, everybody? You are talking sports with Mike and PL. I am your co-host, Mr. PL Culture. Flanked to my right is my right-hand man, Mr. Michigan Mike, Michael Hasso.
What's up?
What's going on, Michigan Mike?
Oh, just watching some sports.
Watching some sports. So you ready to talk some sports with the peeps?
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Let's do it. So I know it's been a while since we hollered at the peeps, and a lot has gone on in the world of sports. So we'll get right to it. Shouts out to the hometown, Nashville, Tennessee. Our Vanderbilt Commodores won the Men's College World Series.
Yep.
Congratulations to y'all.
Yep, first time ever, too.
First time ever. Good. I know they were kicking it on 2nd Avenue and West End that weekend. Good job by y'all. Tiger Woods, Mike. Tiger Woods is back.
Wait, what are we talking about? Are we talking about his back? Are we talking about is he back? Or are we talking about he is back?
Well,
There's three backs right there.
All right, well, let's address them one at a time. As far as his physical back, he says this is the best he's felt in the last couple of years. Okay, now, is he back? I mean, he actually missed the cut this past weekend on one of the tournaments that he was in. He's looking forward to playing in the Open Championship next month. Mike, does anybody care that he's back?
I think everyone's over it until he starts winning again and dominating like he should be. Like, that's the reason why everyone liked watching him play, because he was just so dominant.
Right.
But until he starts winning like that, no one's going to care. I mean, he has to win a tournament, for anyone to start caring, or at least a major tournament.
So do you think people will tune in to watch a bad Tiger Woods? A losing Tiger Woods?
A person that's a major fan of golf will, of course they will. But as far as just, like me, like I'm not a major golf person, but if I know Tiger's playing on Sunday, then yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Right, so there probably won't be any spike in the casual fans, which is really the casual fans that rose him to be the person that he is today. We'll see how that plays out next month for Tiger Woods. Also last week, the NBA draft has concluded. No real surprises in the top three. Andrew Wiggins went number 1 to Cleveland. Jabari Parker number 2 to the Milwaukee Bucks, and Joel Embiid number 3 to the 76ers.
Yeah, no real surprises. I mean, there might be like a couple players that they went before that everyone thought that they would. But what'd you think about that Baylor guy getting drafted by the NBA?
You know what? I thought that was a fantastic move by the NBA, especially in light of all of the Donald Sterling things and some of the messiness that we kind of laugh at and joke about the NBA about. I thought that was a good gesture. If you look at the kid's face, it was something he'll never forget. So. Good job by you. Good job, NBA. And shouts out to you, Isaiah Austin. Last that he spoke publicly, he said that he was looking at hopefully getting into coaching. Maybe the NBA can help him.
That'll be perfect.
Get his start there. And speaking of starting, the NBA highly anticipated free agency period just started at midnight.
Yeah. Some big stuff's about to go down.
Some major stuff is about to go down this summer in the NBA. Now, one major move that's already been made. The Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban reached out and pulled one of his championship members back, right?
Yeah, we got back Tyson Chandler. Going to be a big key in this next season as far as getting rebounds and being a massive force down in the paint, which was our major weakness.
Right.
Of course, everyone knows about the Spurs, and we were playing them. That was one of our major concerns, and we can definitely have a contention with this. Not only that, we'll have a lot more money to play around with.
Right. Last check, $26 million in cap space, and that's with Tyson Chandler on the roster this year. So what are you thinking? What would you want your team to do this summer?
I want them, of course, they're going to go out for the big names, but they don't want to spend it all. I'm thinking about maybe want to shout out for, I heard Carmelo's going to meet with us, I believe, Wednesday.
Yeah, he'll be here Wednesday.
Wednesday. So try to get him. If not him, maybe LeBron. Maybe.
Why not? And you know what? I really respect you being a Mavs fan and saying maybe why not LeBron? Why not? We've seen him jump ship before, and Cuban definitely has the cap space to sign him. Now, wait a minute. Speaking of a championship Mav that made the news, today Jason Kidd, former point guard of that championship Mavericks team, coach of the Nets, no longer, right?
Yeah, he he said he wanted a promotion, and then they're like, no, and then so he kind of went to Milwaukee now.
Okay, so this thing has a couple of layers. So let's back up. First of all, you're Jason Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
Your first year head coach. Your team, for its expectations, underachieved for most of the season, but came on late. Came on strong. Gave Miami a competitive series before getting ousted. Was that enough on your resume to ask for a president's job?
No, definitely not. I think you at least for a president's job, a good coach, 5 years. I mean, you look at a lot of presidents out there; they have a lot of experience
Right.
with. I mean, for the most part, he has experience with the players. Like he used to be a player just
Right.
recently, so he hasn't built that under the ground type, work. So I think he at least needs like 5 years to be considered a president. But
Right, and I certainly agree with the New Jersey Nets position of, hey, well then you can just take your suitcase and walk and let someone else make you president, especially after one season. Now Milwaukee, they gave up 2 second-round picks to pick up Kidd. You rarely see coaches get traded for draft picks, but he's now a Milwaukee Buck, but he won't be president there. You think it's money?
I think it's more principle. They already turned him down, so he's like, well, I can't really be coach if they already turned me down for a promotion.
Right.
So he just jumped ship.
Right.
And maybe he'll think, if not there, maybe he wants to prove that he has a bigger impact with with less talent. Maybe he wants to try to prove himself there as a coach.
Now, Jason Kidd has given us no shortage of shenanigans over his career. I mean, we remember him bumping into the coach one playoff game and then him spilling a soda on another player. I mean, he's always got a trick up his sleeve. So, Milwaukee Bucks, be careful what you wish for. Now, speaking of the Bucks, their head coach Larry Drew. Now, Mike, I'm always on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we'll give out our Twitter handles later. But I came across several pictures of Coach Larry Drew and the brand new addition second-round pick Jabari Parker. This morning, he's watching Mike and Mike in the morning, and Greeny is telling him that Jason Kidd is headed to Milwaukee. So there was lots of backpedaling.
Yeah, what do you think he was doing while he got that message?
Hey, babe, are the kids ready yet?
He's having his breakfast, his omelet or whatever he eats, and
a normal day. You just drafted a fantastic once in a generation type player, Jabari Parker. Things on the up and up, and a couple hours later. But that's the NBA that we talk about.
Yeah.
Keep your suitcase packed by the bed.
Since we talked about Dallas, what do you think's going in for the future for the Grizzlies in this offseason?
Oh yeah. They settled up the thing they needed to do the most, which was get Zach Randolph signed to a new deal. He's going to opt back in for the $16.5 million on the last year of his deal, and a really cap-friendly 2-year extension worth $20 million. So for the Memphis Grizzlies, more than just a good player on the court, he's really the face of the franchise, and it would have been a public relations nightmare had they not got that done. It also helps frees up money to hopefully sign Marc Gasol, so I'm pretty excited about that.
You want Gasol back?
Do we want what?
You want Gasol back?
What, like Paul Gasol?
Yeah.
No, Marc Gasol, man.
No, I was saying, do you want the Gasol back? You want him to resign?
Absolutely. And I think I speak for every Grizzly fan when I say, it all starts and ends with Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. Probably the best power forward center combo in the league right now. And I think that it keeps our window open for just a little bit longer. We're small market, so we're not going to attract many big free agents, so it's best to keep our best players in-house. Speaking of keeping their best players in-house, will the Miami Heat do that this year, Mike? Looks like all three of the big three have opted out. Can we still call them the big three, Mike?
Never mind. I was gonna go in a different direction like that. What I was gonna say is that's like Cowboys fans saying it's America's team. It's like,
well, wait a minute. You are going in a different direction, and it is America's team.
Okay. So, anyways, big three.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were able to see this behind the camera, he's wearing a big green Philadelphia Eagles shirt right now. So I'm not going to allow this cowboy bashing to go on during this segment.
We digress.
Nice.
The big three, no, I wouldn't consider them the big three anymore. They just got manhandled. So, no, they're more like the medium three now.
You know who else doesn't consider them the schmedium three?
Right.
You know who else doesn't consider them the big three anymore, Mike?
Who?
LeBron James himself.
Is that what he said?
He's saying that he's coming back for a max deal this time. And you can only read the tea leaves to say that, if somebody's going to take a pay cut and it's not him, Well, I mean, what are you saying?
Yeah, I
LeBron?
mean, but I got something to say. I think that was more of the agent just saying that's what he wants. Because I mean, what else are you gonna say? Oh, yeah, he'll settle for a small deal. No, I mean, people know that he already wants to work with a team that's ready for a
Right.
championship.
Right.
So if they were saying, "Hey, we have this team ready for you. We're not going to give you the 22 million or whatever you want, but what if we gave you like 17 million and this team is ready? Look at it right here. Look at the Mavs. We took the Spurs to Game 7. Like this team is ready without you on the team. Just imagine you on this team, and we have Tyson Chandler playing center.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't catch that, that was a slick subliminal recruiting pitch to LeBron. Hey, very nicely done. You want to throw in the state tax too?
Yeah. Hashtag LeBron James. At LeBron James.
I will get PSLs. Hey, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I live in Dallas. We're looking out of a window in Dallas, Texas right now, and I will get season tickets if he comes to town. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. I mean, there's really no market for them outside of Miami, you think, right? So if they want to come back and be a part of the LeBron train, they're going to have to take a pay cut there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't see them getting a max deal. I don't see them getting a medium deal, like I said. The small deals were the tap for them to.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You're LeBron James. We know that they had dinner last week to discuss this prior to them opting out. What do you think LeBron's pitch was to them if he's obviously not taking a pay cut and they need to?
Honestly, if I think, being a business person, what they said was since all three of them are opting out, Miami Heat is kind of giving them, like, hey, whatever y'all want, like, y'all tell us what y'all want.
Right.
So
Like
if I was
last time.
LeBron and I know that what I want, I would give them to a piece of paper and say, write down what amount of money the men that you would stay for. And if it wasn't, they gave it back to me, and if it wasn't right or I didn't think they were worth that much, I'd be like, all right.
Okay,
Bye.
end of discussion.
Bye, Felicia.
End of discussion. I'm going to Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas or another team. I mean, they're getting older, and you can tell that. The Wade majority. I mean, Bosch had moments of peak in the turn or the.
But
playoffs.
he's not a franchise player that you win titles with.
No, he's not. But I can see him working around. I mean, Wade was just. But at least Bosch had more minutes, and like he showed his when he was in, he was effective. But Wade, I don't see that happening.
But he is the Miami Heat. I mean, he's basically.
I don't even see him starting though. I mean, I don't see him starting.
So is it time for him to play the Manu Ginobili role of being the kind of like the leader, the locker room guy, Dwayne Wade? Are you serious?
I mean, you can't say Ginobili kind of like Wade. But
Well,
I
yes,
understand what you're saying.
But yes, you can. I mean, he was a star, and he was.
But
he got moved to
Ginobili
the
way
bench.
better than Wade right now.
I don't know about that.
We saw that in the playoffs.
I mean, player to player, they were both about the same. Just kind of inconsistent. Well, nobody was as bad as Wade, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying
exactly.
that's the only player that you can compare that won a title as a starter and then had to move to the bench and kept playing.
Yeah. I mean, he would be someone like that. Definitely.
I just could not see him doing that in Miami. I would see him retire.
He has to.
Yeah. Well, and therein lies the.
If I was LeBron, I'd say, if you want to come back, I mean, sorry about your bad luck. You don't want the minutes. You're hurt. I mean, your knees are bad. Like, you'd be perfect for the bench. That, like, your forehead says bench. Like, you cannot start. Oh, I want to start, guys. But wait, let me just put it in for 2 minutes and then I'll come out. Like, that's not starting.
No, I think you have to give him a celebratory start, kind of like the Grizzlies, which I'm in no way comparing to the Heat for you guys who are going to bum rush my cubicle tomorrow. But the Grizzlies, like with Tayshaun Prince, I mean, he's a fossil. He can't shoot. He can't defend. Of course, I didn't agree that he should start either. But, he was the first person subbed out every single game. And I would think you have to at least give Dwayne that, right? No? No. Okay. Well,
LeBron going to do that one look where he does the two hands on the hip and then the mouthpiece just on the side with him looking.
One thing's for sure, if that's Dwayne Wade's position that he needs to be a starter, needs to be paid like a big three, then all hell is going to break loose over the next few weeks in South Beach. Yo, what's that, man?
Oh, hold on. That's my new ringtone, man. Hold on, let me answer this. Hello? Yeah. No, that's good. Go ahead. All right. Yeah. I'll be down there. All right. I'm actually doing a show right now, so let me hit you up later. All right. Bye.
Yo, Mike, who was that?
Man, that was Pat Riley, man.
Man, stop playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down in Florida. He wants me down in Florida all next month, so that's what I'm gonna be doing.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here first. Michigan Mike will be live in Florida, checking out the Miami Heat and their summer of decisions.
Yeah, maybe hung out with LeBron and be like, hey, I got you some Thanksgiving Dallas tickets.
If you can see the jealous look on my face right now, ladies and gentlemen, hey, you just make sure that when you get the scoop, you give me the scoop so we can get a people the scoop.
Of course, yeah. I'll do it live from the beach.
Nice. Now, from one big event to another big event. Later on today, the big game, Mike.
Yeah, USA Belgium play at 3 Central Time. It's gonna be pretty good. This is actually one of the first times we'll see Belgium actually did really good in their bracket. They were first in theirs. Again, they didn't play as hard of teams as we played in Portugal and Ghana and Germany. So we'll definitely see where we're at. I don't think we have the talent there, but every game we aren't up to the potential. Probably Portugal's the top that I've seen them play, and against Germany, they were just pretty much playing for a tie, and we just got lucky that Portugal won, because if Ghana won, we would have been out.
I mean, well, we're here. We're in the round of 16.
We're in. So I have us winning. I also have Argentina winning as well. Also, like I said, I'm probably biased because Messi's my player. But an offense like that, an Argentina offense like that, I have us losing the not this round, but the next round. But a lot of other good matchups. A lot of people, there's a lot of Mexico fans here in Dallas area. I mean, they can't be mad. I mean, because they barely made it to the World Cup, and they were showing me they were really impressive as their defense, their offense. They got a lot of bad calls early on in the matches. But I mean, they lost against a good team in the Netherlands, which is some of the people that think that they're going to win the whole thing. So hang your head up high. I mean, that y'all did good. So
right, nothing to be ashamed of making the round of 16 in the World Cup. Good job by them. Now, injury updates for the USA. We may have a possible star returning.
Well, Altidore said he would be available. I don't know what that means.
Right, what does that mean?
So I think he wants to play, of course. I mean, it's the World Cup.
Of course.
He's not going to start. He had a hamstring problem. His being a striker or a forward, we need your speed. Like, that's what he was known for, is his speed. And just having a hamstring injury like that, I'm sure that if I see him in practice, like sprinting, then I'll be like, okay, maybe he is ready. But I don't think he's going. I don't think he's sprinting. He might be able to jog, but we don't need joggers on the field.
This is one of the biggest games, most anticipated games since, like the Super Bowl or something of that ilk. So as a casual fan, if he can get out there on one leg, I want him to get out there and do something.
But then that would waste a substitute if he gets hurt.
As a casual
We
fan,
can't go down 10 players against 11 players. I mean,
look, he'll be out there. He's going to be all right. He's going to wrap a USA flag tourniquet around that leg and make that thing happen. Good luck to the USA on that one. Now, before we close with the World Cup, let's just say by the next time we talk to the peeps, the USA are eliminated. Let's say it happens tomorrow. We hope not, but let's say it happens tomorrow. What should we take away from the USA's performance overall, how they've fared in Brazil?
I think, just getting out of this death bracket or death division. I just think getting out of it, because a lot of people didn't think we were going to get out of it. So just getting that experience of playing these top teams that no one thought we could play against, and if not tying or just competing with these top teams. A lot of people think Germany's one of the top teams, in which they are, and we lost by 1, and we were playing defense the whole time.
Right.
We only had like 5 shots on goal. It seemed like
very busy day for the goalie.
Yeah, so I just think just showing that we can compete, and if we don't win the whole thing, we're right there behind the elite teams. So,
right, and I think I can speak on behalf of the casual fan that the one thing that I take from this World Cup is that it is an exciting game if you give yourself permission to watch it. You know, just I was just never exposed to it. I never had a reason to watch it, but having something to root for kind of got me into the game. Started learning the game, so hopefully that will resonate back over here in the States. I know you get a lot of beating about people not really following it here, but
yeah, I mean, it's kind of I kind of tell people that aren't really into soccer or the World Cup. It's kind of like the Olympics. You know, it only happens every 4 years. There might be a sport that, you know, I don't do competitive swimming, but all these events, I'm like, okay, well, it's America versus somebody else, Australia or, you know, whoever.
Right.
So just showing your support for your country. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Right. And unlike March Madness, you have bars filled with everyone rooting for a singular team and not, you know, houses divided. And I thought that was a really awesome scene at one of the watch parties that I went to downtown. Good job on the World Cup. Lots of exciting action. I'm sure you brought on loads of casual fans such as myself. And we'll see how the USA fares later on today. Now, time for our Ask Michigan Mike question. Basketball seemed to be the theme of the day, and we have a basketball question for you.
Okay.
All right, Sonia from D-Town, as in Detroit, the other D. Hey, by the way, shouts out to Detroit, Michigan. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Her question is, Michigan had 3 players drafted in the NBA last week. Who do you think will have the best rookie season? And for you non-Go Bluers, that's Nick Stauskas, that was drafted number 8 to Sacramento, Mitch McGary drafted number 21 to OKC, and Glenn Robinson III drafted 40th to Minnesota. Mike, the floor is yours.
Man, I want to start out. It's kind of depressing right now
Why's
because that was our championship squad, all gone, all to the NBA, which rarely happens, you know, for teams. So that's all of our players drafted to the NBA.
But you know what? You got to see them play live in Kansas.
We did. Against Kansas and Florida. And, wow, man, that just brings back, like, we were this close to winning the whole thing, but we didn't.
And they should have, obviously with the talent that they put in the league.
Yeah.
So without any further ado.
So I think Nick Stauskas, I think, will easily have an effect just because I think he has the fastest release. He has the best shot, I think. And the NBA is turning it into a passing, rotating league. And so that'll open up spots right for Nick Stauskas on the corner. So I also think that all 3 of them have really fast shots. And you kind of have to adapt to that in the Big Ten. Coming off with that defense, there's always somebody on you, so you can't really have. It's rare that you have a wide open shot.
Right.
So
defense.
yeah, so you have to have a quick release, and I think Mitch McGary has that, and GR3 has that as well. Close second, I think that Mitch McGary will have a big effect in OKC.
He's in a fantastic situation with that roster.
Yeah, he's gonna be. I mean, that's a good pickup. I didn't think he was gonna go that high.
I didn't either.
But that is a really good pickup by the Thunder. So
a quality steal. When you look up 2 or 3 years from now and the dust is settled, he may have actually be the steal of the draft. As for Stauskas, one thing that definitely works in his favor is the fact that he has a young DeMarcus Cousins playing power forward, and he has Rudy Gay who can create with the ball. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for him to stand out there and do what he does best, and that's sink the 3.
Man.
So I can easily see him averaging 17.
I miss him shooting like
throwing up the little 3 as he's running back up the court.
Just like it was almost automatic for him on that 3, like, especially wide. If you leave him wide open, like I'm like, you know, just walk away because that's a 3.
Remember what we saw him do to Florida?
Yeah, that was dirty.
They
didn't even know. They're like, "Who's this guy?" Man, he's from Canada, man. We stole him. Where's his green card? Like, what? Man, yeah, what?
So, and I know I speak for Mike when I say congratulations to that Final Four team, that championship game team.
Yeah, and it was nice seeing Bayline right there too, the whole entire time.
A class act. I mean, that's the Go Blue way, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, if you have any questions talking anything sports for Michigan Mike, you can always reach him on Twitter at
Michael Hasso. That's MichaelJasso.
And you can always reach your boy at PL Culture. That's at PLCOLTER. As we close every show, we like to tell you that life is a sport.
So always play to win. Go Blue.
Go Blue.